Hey guys, hope you all have been well and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be going over the best beauty products of 2018 according to me. And this is a yearly tradition, so even though it's slightly a little bit later than usual, I wanted to make sure that the video is out for you guys in case you're wondering what my top picks were, and maybe you might want to check them out. If you guys like this makeup look, go ahead and head over to Instagram. I will list all the makeup beauty products that I use to put the look together over there. So if you're not following me there already, let's get straight into the video. I am going to start off with face products just so that I can kind of clump them by category. And so for foundation, I only have 3 foundations right now, one being the new ColourPop stick foundation. I'm still figuring out how I feel about it. It is what I have on my skin right now, but my top 2 favorites of the year definitely have to be the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I am in the shade Tawny. I also mix it with another shade. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I will be listing all the products down below for you, as well as the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, and I am in the shade Sahel. If I want a medium coverage, barely there foundation, I would usually use this. I could build this up to a medium or use it as a like everyday foundation with 1 or 2 pumps. And then this one I would use for more heavy, long wearing, out and about type of foundation, and it is a bit more full coverage, so depending on what I need, I will use either or. To mix in with my foundation, I found that I really do enjoy adding these types of illuminating drops, and I use the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow. I'm about this way through the product, and that's a lot considering I have oily skin. But if I use a mattifying primer and a mattifying foundation, then I can include this so I still get the luminosity without actually being oily. I also do use the MAC strobe cream, and I just mix that in with my foundation, the back of my hand, and then apply it all over my face, and it looks gorgeous. Concealer definitely has to go to the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I know I go back and forth between this and the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, but I have to say that this I would prefer a lot more. That one is very thick and it dries like dry. So this one has a bit more of a natural finish to it, and I just love the blendability a whole lot better. It's not thick, and I can use it just on its own without foundation on, just to cover up my under eye, and it still looks good without the extra business. Powder, I'm pretty sure it's a no-brainer. I always use the Patrick Star what is it called, Patrick's powder, and this came out in his collection. I think he came out with his recent winter collection, but it is in a different packaging. I did talk about it in a previous video. I think it's like my current beauty favorites, and basically I just said it's really great on the skin. It doesn't look kicky on the skin, but it does bake very well. The only issue is that it does have color on it, so it's a bit pink, and all I really need to do to fix the cast is just apply a skin tone powder over it, light dust, just to get rid of the cast, and it's perfect. This really lasts on my skin the whole night. I do only use this powder when I do full face glam type of looks, but when I do them, I can always trust that this will not make me like crack or have patches on my skin. It just always stays in place. For bronzer, I had a hard time because I have this thing with bronzers where I always try different ones, but the one that I seem to always go back to is Laguna for some freaking reason. It is one of my lighter foundations, my lighter bronzers, but I love the way that it looks on the skin. It's a perfect neutral color. It does have a bit of shimmer in it, but it does provide a nice glow to the skin, and as you can tell, I've loved it pretty well. I even broke the mirror. I really should replace it, but I want a no-buy, so technically I can't. If you are around an NC 37 to an NC 35, for MAC reference, this still does show up on your skin. It's not going to be as pigmented as some of the usual bronzers, but it's just enough to create a bit of a contrast on your skin and bring some color back. For highlighter, I this is my go-to. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in Be My Highlight. This is my dupe version of NARS's Tribulation Blush, which I dub as my favorite highlighter. But this is very subtle, so if you like very stark, very visible highlighter, this is not for you. I'm not one of those people because I have very porous skin. You might be able to see it on camera, but I can't go about just having very stark and very, you know, glow to the god type of highlighter. I just can't. So this is definitely my go-to. It's subtle, but it does give you that kind of lit from within, candle lit type of highlighter look, and it's what I prefer. And this does look very nice on the skin. It doesn't look ashy. It just gives a nice champagne appearance and glow. For blushes, it was a toss-up between MAC's Peaches. This is a well-known, well-loved cult favorite blush. This is a nice peach coral blush, especially for people with tan to deeper skin tones. The next one is Eternal Sun. You have probably seen this quite a few times on my videos because I've used it a ton, but this is kind of more of a neutral. It still kind of has that peachy tone to it, but it's more neutral, more wearable, and it blends very nicely into the bronzer, which is why I absolutely love it. I'm not going to spend too long on brows because it's nothing new. I use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I use chocolate when I want my brows to look very on fleek, very Instagram baddie type of finish. And if I want something more everyday but still kind of very clean and sharp, I do use ash brown. However, this year I've been really getting into setting my brows with clear brow gel. I used to do it, stopped for a bit, and now I'm back into it, and the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel is my favorite one. I've tried a couple. I can't think off the top of my head which ones they were, but I find that this one really sets it in place, like it won't budge. Moving on to eyes, this is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. My best friend sent this to me when I was devastated that the NYC liquid liner had been discontinued. She bought it for me, told me to try it out, and I absolutely love it. This is a brush tip applicator. Not many people are fond of these types of applicators, but I have no problem with it. It's never given me an issue. The finish on this, absolutely amazing. As far as eye pencils is concerned, my favorite has to be the MAC Khol in Coasta Riche. This is the shade that it's in. It is a medium neutral tone brown, and I just love to use it. Lower lash line, upper lash line, smoke it out, looks amazing. These blend very well, so if you have a pencil brush and you feather it out, it almost looks like it's just eyeshadow. Good. Good. I'm always doing this. Yes, I did pick out two eyeshadow palettes, one being the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. Most people would pick out Modern Renaissance, and I do like it, but it's not quite me. Those pinks and reds kind of throw me off. And there is this one here, but it's more wearable. It's like a brown red, and these colors here look very beautiful on the lids. I did have to press them back in because they came shattered, but I use this way more frequently than I do the Modern Renaissance. It's just, I think it's more suited for my personal taste. There's more mattes in this, and I do like to have a few different options for mattes because I tend to use two in my crease and transition area. It's also got a black shadow here, which I like to use for eyeliner, as well as this shade here. So well loved, well used, very dusty. Probably should not blow on it, but it only goes on my eyes. So next up, this is one of many, but I have 4 MAC like curated eyeshadow palettes that I've accumulated over the years, and I really just have been using them constantly. I can link that video for you down below if you're interested, but those are like the cream of the crop. I still stand by those picks, but basically I just wanted to share that I still use my MAC eyeshadows. I kind of left them on the back burner for some time and revisited them, continue to love them and use them very frequently, and rightfully so because they were pretty expensive to collect. Lastly, we're going to be moving on to lips, and I do have quite a few, so I'm going to try my best to swatch them. So this first one here is the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Walkyrie. I think these lip pencils are probably my favorite lip finish out of all the lip products that I have. I love the way this feels on my lips. It feels like nothing. It's that powdery finish. You still see through to your lips, so it's kind of like your lips but better. You can blend it out and it looks just like a stain. It's perfect. This is one of the ones that I own, as well as Bahama, which is more of a mauve right there. I love these pencils. I think I've talked about this 1,000 times. This is the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Very Victoria. This has to be my favorite Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. That's so good. And I love to use this with Cork lip liner from MAC. Perfect lip combo, perfect. I keep doing this, why? Stop, Annabelle. I also have been enjoying using Bond Girl. This is more of like, I feel like very fancy when I use this. I feel like a grown-up, you know? And just looking at it, I think it kind of looks like Walkyrie. And these are also very comfortable on the lips. They're not a very traditional matte finish. I wouldn't say it's as powdery or as velvety as the NARS one, but pretty damn close. It's got a nice little bit of moisture to it. Now this one is the NARS Pro Matte Lip Pigment, and I have it in Somebody to Love. Liquid lipsticks just suck sometimes because it sucks your lips dry, and it sucks. But visually, it looks amazing. So you're left with trying to figure out which matte liquid lipstick will work for you. This is what works for me. It's not as thick as your traditional liquid lipstick. It's more watery, but when it dries down, it almost looks like the Velvet Lip Pencil. It's just got a little bit more stick and staying power. This is that color here. You guys, you see a trend. I have the need and want for all of the same shades, so that's why I really had to downsize my lipstick collection, because it was just getting ridiculous. But again, because it's not thick, it dries very well on the skin. It doesn't get cracky. Not the skin, on the lips. It dries well on the lips. It doesn't look like it's cracking. It doesn't settle into the lines as much. I have lines on my lips, so I can't say that it doesn't. You still see it, but it's not as visible. So that is what that looks like. And these happen to be like my go-to lip colors for the most part. I do try to dabble here and there with the other ones, but more often than not, one of these. And those are all the products for 2018. They will definitely be reoccurring makeup products that I use in my videos. We are on a no-buy. I'm going to be revisiting them constantly. My collection has my collection has significantly decreased. I'm very proud of it. And I'm already getting into the routine of shopping my stash. So if I use a eyeshadow palette, I won't use it the next time. If you did enjoy this video and have not done so already, go ahead and click the red subscribe button down below. Again, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, check me out. The link will be the first one in the description box. And again, I will list all my makeup beauty products there to this makeup look here. And till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.